Like
tying this
150.
into like girls, but you know that's kind of
When
what
you're
it
like
was.
18,
If
right?
you're gonna be if you're 18, you're coming back 17. If you're coming back from John Abbott to Lionel Grew an hour plus on a bus, what else can you hope for other than a seat and some eye candy?
Bro,
You have your
that's what
Discman,
it
you
is.
know your playlist. What else? You're just listening to your music. You're sitting down.
Like, I'm gonna
Least you
be
can do is
real.
give me a girl that might look at me, smile.
That's it.
I
But
could
it's
be,
not
oh,
like
that was life.
bro. To get the smile, and then she gave you the second smile.
Oh, that
Bro,
was
if you
life.
got the second smile, bro, it didn't matter if you guys wouldn't even have to look. You're just good for the rest of the day.
See, that's when I tapped into my power because I was never the best looking person, but I was the mouthpiece for my team. Any guy that's been around me from high school, my music group, vouch. I was the mouthpiece. After a while, when you get rejected so many times, you don't care to get rejected anymore. So I always had this ability of just like, I'm going to shoot my shot. What are you going to say? You're going to tell me no? You're going to say something I haven't heard? And it's like, whatever. So I would throw out, like, sometimes if I go to a club, like 20 shots, but I'm going to catch two. Two people in one day is pretty decent if you're just trying to pick up girls type of thing, right? So coming back to that, like, smile thing, like that element of when someone smiles at you and is like, shit, what am I going to say? She has earphones on, and whatever it is that comes out of your mouth, when it works and you get the phone number, like you go home, like tell me you're not rating your essay at a different level. Tell me you're not doing your. It just made you feel a little bit more than I just went through a bus ride. I'm bored. That was life. That was everything back then. That was
It's like,
everything.
when I get to drop this sentence, oh, I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend. Bro, if I get to drop that organically because somebody's trying to pick me up or whatever, oh my God, it's the same shit.
Yeah,
Like, you hate that, but
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
come home
yeah.
after, you look at her, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a different energy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you do. Cause it's like, yo, because that's random shit. That's like, you can't ask for that. It just
It
happens.
just happens.
And that's just validation that you are what you are.
Yeah, man. That's no doubt. That's no doubt. I'm glad that I think we relate on the topic of college. I think John Abbott, I mean, I can't look at myself and say, oh, that's what changed me and now because I'm not where I want to be. Like, I'm still many goals, you know what I mean? But I'm proud of myself. John Abbott is what shaped me. John Abbott had a unique impact on me, and Joel Hart, rest in peace.
I'm like,
Greatest teacher of life.
there's so many different like corners and pockets of Abbott that exist where it's like there, but frankly you would all end up sharing classes with these people, like whatever person you were
Craziest
with,
thing.
because you just had to. It's just
Yeah,
you were all
yeah,
taking the same
yeah,
courses.
Yeah.
And there's so many weird ones, like just random shit, like library technology shits, and then the police tech fucking people. Oh my gosh, the police tech fucking people.
Correction, the hallway.
Yo, that would be yo.
No one's moving for you. They all walking in a straight line.
Bro, when you
Straight
remember,
line like they the inmates. They ain't moving for you.
with the fake guns and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
weird.
yeah. I had one course there. Was it a macroeconomics class?
That was the hallway to the 200, the good bus. That was the hallway I had to take to
Yeah,
get to the
exactly,
good bus.
exactly. I had one class once, but I stayed away from there. I never liked the vibe over there. Mind you, the other guys were like making fun of me on the other end, but I stuck there for whatever reason.
Closer to the good pizza getty.
Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Nah.
It is what it is. Oh,
Sick.
pizza good. Yeah.
Yo, bro, Thursday's pizza getty, $5.
I just caught
That's
you.
what it is.
I just caught what you said.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yo, you bringing me back, man.
Yo, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
I know it's
Yeah,
habit
good.
times, but like, we talked a lot about a lot of this stuff that came after in the last interview, right? So y'all don't, if you want to know, JS does have a whole other interview where he talked about flag football a whole, but he brought up a lot of the no regard thing. If y'all want to really know about the no regard thing, I feel like, I don't know how deep you want to go on that, because there's a whole movie coming that they should be going to watch, you know?
Yo, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's my life's work. It's me getting made fun of, me learning how to intellectually speak for myself, me learning how to edit, me learning how to make music, me understanding people, all comprised into one project. Everything that I've learned has been shot into this. And music always came first to me. There's a reason that this documentary, like, I'm the soundtrack to it. When you see a scene in the movie and you hear the song that reinforces it, as I explained to my influence in WWE, it becomes like, this is everything that I've learned within this. and Scotiabank were gracious enough to step up to the plate and allow me to premiere it there. Took a lot of emailing. They were a little hard-headed, but eventually, they got on board. You know what I mean? But shout out Scotiabank. But it was a lot of emails. You guys know. Shout out Julia. But yeah, man, it's I think people could look forward to an awesome story that's being told. It's about my flag football team. The flag football team is called No Regard. We started off in the league being like basically a bunch of guys that just are hanging out and want to play football together.
When? It's a good thing to establish.
2011.
And
2011.
this is several years after you finished CEGEP.
Yeah, this is several years after I finished CEGEP. I kept with the music. I ended up with Steph, and yeah, so it's a few years after that. About 5, call it that.
And then you start the flag football process, the No Regard life.
Exactly. So that was with 2 of my friends, KD and Demi. We were entering a flag football league. So because we loved Wiz Khalifa, we called our first flag football team Taylor Gang. And we were like, yeah, we're gonna go and this. But I was always into the music. I was always making videos. So I would document our games, right? But Taylor Gang were really shitty. We won 1 game and we lost 9 in the season, right? Terrible team. But documented everything because in my mind, we're going to document, we're going to win, and then we're going to post it, and it's going to look good, and kind of, we went 1-9. But through that, I always posted. I always showed our struggle no matter what. Always showed it. So fast forward, we made another team the next year. We said we're coming back, and we need to fix this, right? So our team then became No Regard. The name No Regard came as a slogan that we all just say to each other. Like, if you smoked the whole spliff and then didn't even offer to be like, yo, you have no regard. You didn't even, and it was just like you take the last sandwich, you have no regard. It was just something we said to each other. So we said, you know what? Let's call the team name No Regard. So our first year, we went 9-0-1. 9 wins, 0 losses, 1 tie. But within this, I kept documenting everything that I was doing. I always documented. But now we were winning. So that's the key element. We were winning. So now it looks like you're winning, and then I'm making all these videos. I'm showing my rap career. I'm on CTV News doing this in hip-hop because it, became pretty successful. I'm showing all that. So the league is now like, you guys are fucking annoying. Play football, shut the fuck up, and, that's it. Why are you even crossing your music stuff? We don't care. We kept winning. I kept doing it more. At the end of the season, we went undefeated. Didn't lose 1 game, and we won the championship. So when we won the championship, the pot kind of blew up because then now people started rocking our clothes, No Regard. Girls were rocking it, guys were rocking it. You could literally go on a metro oftentimes and you'll see somebody with a No Regard. And because that's when Twitter was like at its peak, people would have their Twitter handle on our clothing. So you'd see someone and be like, oh, you're at Ton Up Queen on Twitter. I remember it's like, oh yeah, No Regard. And it was like people would start making a lot of connections to who we were based on our merchandise type of thing, right? So then Nick Diaz wore our clothes. Jake Shields, Forrest Griffin repped it. So UFC fighters started. So the perception now was just like, this is picking up steam, which it was, but we kept posting in the league. And now you have the old guard in the league, the players that have been there, established players. Some of them played in the CFL, and they play in this league just for conditioning. So these are like big-time guys. So they're like, shut the fuck up. Come to our division, because at this time we were in the lowest division. Like, come play with the big dogs. And then, but we were in the lowest division, and we were working our way up. But our popularity was we had the attention of the whole league because social media, sorry about hitting the mic, social media made it unique. With social media, it's different because the old guard had every right to feel like, we're the vets here, shut the fuck up. But with the social media perspective, we're doing things, there's UFC fight, it just added this element where people just hated it more, right? So, can I get that later, please? So that's what the documentary stems from, and eventually it led into us becoming loved in the league. Loved, you know what I mean? All these players wanted to play for No Regard after a while. A unique fun fact is that when I played for this No Regard team, I used to film all my games, right? I filmed everything. So I would post highlight videos. So one day the league asked me if I can do a video for them, because I would always do it for free. I just do videos for free. Like, guys, give me a job, give me a job, give me a job. They didn't want to give it to me because I'm the loud mouth. I was the most hated person in the league. Am I lying? In 2012, I was the most hated person in the league. I'm talking about 400 comments on a post of pure hate towards Lance Daniel. Then the league gave me an opportunity and allowed me to edit one of their projects. Hit the home run. They loved it. They were like, oh, yep. Then they asked me to do another job for them. Hit the home run to the point where I got the job and the person who was doing it before me kind of fizzled out because I was good at it, right? So now it's like I've documented everything as a No Regard bad guy, but now I work for the league and I'm doing the exact same thing, but now I'm filming the league. So now your perception is, I love this shit. I've always been good at editing. You never hated me because of my editing. You hated that I was editing No Regard. But now that I'm working for the league, the perception just turned. I want you filming my game. Became, sorry about that again, one of the most popular players in the league, right? I don't want to say popular players because of talent. Absolutely not. But because I'm the guy that films
like
these games.
Quite literally the use case and case in point of talent really isn't the most important thing. Like your life, that's the thing that I've always found the most interesting about you. It's like you're able to like walk into a situation and create value rather than focusing on being the best per se. Like you want to be the best, okay, but it's on a value front. So you want to be the capture of attention because frankly you're interesting, not because you're like the most talented touch football player.
That's what I had to do with my dream team squad, right? Making music. I had to tell stories because you hit it on point.